Isn't it beautiful out here? This morning early, a little before 7 a.m., I was at the back of the RV editing when there came a very loud series of noises right next to us. My wife had been up most of the night attending to our little princess, Ellie, and therefore had only just fallen asleep an hour or so before. The sound was very unwelcome. Her.
What's that noise?
Me. It's a bobcat. Her.
No, it's not. What's all that banging?
Me. A bobcat. Compact construction equipment some folks call a mid-skid steer, or tiny front end loader used a lot in landscape work. Her.
What?
Her.
Tell him to go away.
So this begs the concept of communications and how important it is in everything we do, especially in RVing. Example, we bought a pillow at Camping World that embodies the idea. My wife is a master communicator. After all, that was her job for 20 years, and she often takes pride in letting folks know that she not only gets to tell me where to go at work, but at home as well. Not to put too fine of an edge on it, lives hang in the balance of her ability to communicate vital, precise information to units in the field. As a police, fire, EMS, dispatcher, 911 operator for the third largest city in Arizona, including many neighboring communities. For us in the field, the ability to communicate back our needs for resources, hazards, other assets, and directing air and ground units was paramount to ours, our patients, and other citizens' survival in emergencies. You see, I was a firefighter paramedic and a police tactical medic in the same city as my wife. You'd think we had a pretty good handle on communications, right? Insert shot of pillow here. Try it for yourself. Have you and someone you love sit in different rooms and try to perform a complex task over the phone without the benefit of visual assistance, and see if it's been completed the way each would like. That's why experienced RVers come out to watch when we newbies attempt to back our RVs into its space. Don't be too upset with them, even though it adds to your performance anxiety. They're just reliving their past experiences. We all have done it at one time or another, and that's why we have that pillow. Even at work with trained communicators, things can get confusing. For example, years ago, my rescue was dispatched to a report of a man struck by a dog. This was before computer terminals in the units, and it was a busy shift, so don't tie up airtime, just go. Sure enough, when we got on the scene, there was an older gentleman who had been on the sidewalk making his way home when a dog had struck him with great force, knocking him down to the ground and breaking his hip. The backstory is that the dog, very large, had run into the street in heavy traffic and was hit by a truck at a high rate of speed, killing the animal and sending it flying into the unfortunate pedestrian. A final example was a man struck by a bobcat, another pedestrian on the sidewalk. When we arrived on the scene, sure enough, the gentleman had succumbed to his injuries. Again, the backstory was that a landscape crew had been towing the company Bobcat but failed to attach the trailer to hitch safety chains and did not put the trailer's tongue pin in. They hit a pothole across the street in the opposing lanes of traffic. The trailer disconnected from the ball, went sliding across the street, caused several other vehicles to crash in an attempt to avoid it, then ran over and crushed the pedestrian. So the moral? Please don't be too hard on each other. You are both trying hard to make things work, and under the stress of performance, it can get very confusing. Try stopping, getting out, and checking things over often to get your head around what needs to be done. Don't let anyone intimidate you into doing something you know you shouldn't. You and your RV partner are a team. Don't let others, as well-intentioned as they may be, take your partner's place in giving instructions. After chasing that pesky bobcat off, I thought it might be a nice idea to take a little walk at a riparian reserve, not too far from our current campsite. So into town I went. That's right, a preserve in the middle of one of our neighboring communities, and turns out to be quite nice. What I'm trying to say, over the sound of that garbage truck and a school bus that just pulled up, is we're at the Riparian Preserve at Water Ranch. The preserve was created by the town of Gilbert, Arizona in 1999 to combine water resources, wildlife habitat, educational programs, and recreational opportunities. It spans 110 acres. While hiking the preserve in the middle of the week, I found it to be quite a hub of activity. This was a very nice day trip and would be a great chance for families with children of all ages to visit and learn about local wildlife. I came across mountain bikers, school tours, families, kayakers, and moms with strollers, a slew of photographers, as well as all manner of bird life, turtles, flora, and insect life. Not to mention sun gazers. That's right. There's an actual observatory on the grounds, and today the focus was sun photography and study. Thanks for hanging out with me today and sharing some of our experiences. Let us know what you think. If you enjoyed the experience, please punch that like button. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. You might consider tapping on the notification bell to get updates on our videos' next release. Pro tip, every Sunday at 5 p.m. Arizona time. And don't forget the social media connection, Facebook and Instagram. Please share the video with anyone who might get a kick out of it. Please comment to us below the video, and we will comment back. Travel safe. A final example was a man struck by a bobcat. Even at work, with trained communicators, things can get confusing. For example, years ago, my rescue was dispatched to a report of a man struck by a dog. This was before computer terminals in the units, and it was a busy shift, so don't tie up airtime, just go.